Hello my dears, today we're making a sweet classic, an apple crumble, one of my absolute favorite desserts. Super quick to make and super delicious. We need tart apples for this. I have here pre-burn, which is cinnamon, cold butter, flour, sugar, some rum raisins, vanilla sugar, roasted almond slices, an organic lemon, and salt. First I cut the apples, which I have already peeled and cored. Why do I do them first? I want to marinate them with salt and sugar to draw out moisture before baking. This makes them softer, smoother, and improves the final result. I'm not cutting the apples too small, so there's still something to bite into. About like this. Which also works well. For this recipe, it's a Boss Scoop apple. I couldn't find one at the store yesterday, but I actually like it better. It tastes superior. Especially during Christmas time, when there are a lot of baked apples. You can usually find it in the supermarket, but unfortunately not for me. Okay, the apples are cut. Now put the apples in a bowl. So then we add a bit of organic lemon on top, just so they don't turn brown as you saw. I left them out for a bit and they turned brown quickly. Then we add a bit of vanilla sugar on top and a bit of regular sugar. A pinch of salt, and now everything will be mixed together nicely. It's best if you let it sit for about an hour so it has enough time to release its juice. That's how you get the best result. I'm short on time today, so I'll let it sit while I make the dough. Set that aside. Now let's make the crumb or streusel dough using the remaining sugar. The flour, a pinch of vanilla sugar, add a pinch of salt to the dough, but not too much. And now a bit of the lemon zest on top in. Now an ice cold butter. Why is it important to use cold butter? The warmer the butter, the softer the dough gets and the less crumbly it will be, so less short crust. We want it to crumble well on the tongue, so we need to work with it while it's still fairly cold. You can see that I've already cut the butter into relatively small pieces, which makes it much easier for me. That way, these butter flakes will break up quickly and can be kneaded into a dough much faster. So knead everything in here and now just really work the butter in with your hands. When it begins to stick like this, you can see it starting to come together. Then I'll add these roasted almonds to the last bits of dough I'm kneading. I placed them on baking paper and roasted at 170 degrees for 5 minutes until golden brown. That just adds an awesome flavor, and now we'll knead it in. And in the end, it should look like this, crumbs. You can go through it a bit more, take out the bigger crumbs, but then stop. Don't mess with it for too long, otherwise they won't turn out nice and crumbly. And now we can layer it nicely. I'm doing it this way because I have a child here tonight. That's why I'm only putting rum raisins into half of the mixture, so I'm putting half of the mixture in here now. I'm creating a nice layer. And then I put a handful of rum raisins in there. I just think it's incredibly delicious. Of course, you leave that out for kids, obviously, and that's what we're doing now. Layer it into the top half. Don't waste anything. Use everything nicely. And now press it down really smoothly so that not too much space is left in between. Now I just forgot the cinnamon with the apples, so I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit over them now. Here's a please. A hint of cinnamon. So now I'll just mix this up quickly again for those who don't remember. Okay, now we just add the crumbs we made here. They look really delicious with those little almonds in them. I just think it's so much tastier. And now we're going to put a really nice thick layer on top. So you can't see any apples and everything is well covered. Now put everything in the oven at 170 to 180 degrees for 25 to 35 minutes. Why do I give such a wide time range? It depends on the oven. I bake mine for 30 minutes, turning it after 15 minutes since my oven bakes unevenly. I'll bake it now and then show it to you half an hour later. The crumble is ready. Like I said, this is also a great meal for after school, for your kids or something like that. It's so quick to make and kids love it. Now just sprinkle a little bit of vanilla sugar on top. Wait, I mean powdered sugar. That's what it's called. Then it's time to try it. And now just quickly check where the rum raisins are, since I want mine with them. Now just add a splash of vanilla sauce on top. I'll link the recipe for you. Excellent. Chefs can really handle the heat. They have tough palates. What's the plural of palate anyway? Probably also palates, or chefs just don't have such sensitive palates, but it is really hot. Very delicious, my dears, both thumbs up. Cook it yourself, really. It tastes fantastic. Make it yourself. Easy peasy, quick to make, costs almost nothing, and everyone likes it. Have fun with the recipes from Let It Cook cooking channel. You know, like subscribe and yay, celebration and so on. But you're already doing all of that excellently anyway. And we'll see each other again next week. Take care, my dears. Bye. See you.